All the character redesigns you've done over your careers or something that you were particularly fond of or some of your favorite?
Yeah, any character designs that are fond of. No, I don't really, I leave that up to the audience, and, I know kind of hit or miss with the character designs. What I love about designing characters is, like, how long they look kind of interesting or cool, because the times change. If you ever look back in your old photographs, at least for me, like big shoulders and little skinny ties and stuff, and just really realize that the winds of aesthetics and fashion change over the years, and so, I don't know. You have to wait and see like what's still around in 10 years or 15 years, if anything, But I know that there's some I was embarrassed about when I did X-Men. They had those blue and yellow costumes, like those Borat costumes, and I was just like, it just felt very odd to me, but I went with it because that was something that Chris really had a fetish for, or was interested in, sorry. And but then, at first it struck me as kind of odd, and later I was like, I like it. It's very different and of that era, and, kind of predated, it was ahead of its time, I guess. I think. So that's my answer. So it's very serious. That's it. No more questions?
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Hey, two questions. One, when you're going with a character like the Hulk, how do you know when too many muscles are too many? And then also,
I'm sorry. You said when I go draw
when you go with a character like the Hulk, how do you know when too many muscles are too many muscles? And then also, when you hit kind of like your peak character, and you kind of say, this is the best I'm going to get, what can't you keep going besides the love of art, period?
There's never a time in the day or year where I go, yeah, I hit it. Woo! I think there's never, if anything, it's always like, oh my gosh, like this doesn't look right. And it's more self-critical. It's like hot girls that go like, oh, I just lost 5 more pounds, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You just see the flaws. So even when people bring up conflicts, I just see the mistakes. And so that insecurity drives you to either be a horrible, broken person or a very driven artist that wants to like keep doing cool stuff. And so, I remember when I was a fan growing up, the biggest kind of insult or big thing you say to an artist, like, I really like your old stuff better. And so that always kind of haunted me a bit. And I'm sure there's people that feel that way, but in my mind, I'm always trying to not have that said. And I know people have favorites and, people love X-Men or Hush or All-Star Batman or whatever, but so it's my hope though to keep going and doing kind of something different. That's kind of not a new benchmark, but a different benchmark, because I think every generation of leaders wants to kind of attach themselves to some storyline, and that's what they remember from their childhood. So I think the key is never to really rest on their laurels and really think like, wow, this really turned out great. And in fact, when I do the pages, after I draw them, I scan them in, they go to Scott Williams, the inker, Alex, the colorist, Scott Snyder, the penciler, the editors, Bob Harris, just so they know I'm working or whatever. And I never get a response back. Like, no one ever says, like, great job, or no one ever says, like, that's horrible. So, in a way, you really realize that you have to be your own worst critic, because people won't tell you, certainly after a certain point in your career, if you're doing something that's wrong.
So, Houston, Countdown attendees, the time is now 2 p.m., which means right now, the Jack Kirby Legacy panel with Tom Scholey and friends is starting up in room 360A. If you're a fan of Jack the King Kirby, head on up.
Sure. We'll do
There will
two
also,
more and then wrap
I
it.
just found out, the free Transformer G.I. Joe books with art by Tom Scholey.
Cool.
Given to
Thanks.
anyone that
Good.
attends the Jack Kirby Legacy
My
panel.
question is, when you lay out the page, do you think about the panel on the entire page at one time, or do you just have to go panel by panel?
G.I. Joe Transformers Comics by Tom Scholey. So head on up to 360A and catch the Jack Kirby Legacy panel. You will not want to miss it.
Yes. So when I lay out a page, what happens?
I'm curious as to know if you just maybe do a thumbnail of the entire page and try to lay out each panel on that page, or you just kind of think about it one panel at a time, or just the overall page.
I lay it out as a whole. So that's the weird thing about, like, if you read digital comics and comicsology, you can read it where you read panel by panel, and that's completely contrary to kind of like the way it was designed. So when I look at a page, like I'll read the scene and go like, okay, the most important panels are the first or the last or the middle, and then that really guides my decisions on how to lay it out. But I'll go like, all right, I think I can do this like this, and then like that, and then I'll try to fit it into those shapes. But that's important to me, and then that also informs the next page and the page before it. So it's not even independently of just that page, but also the flow of it. And after I draw a page, I basically go back to the beginning of the book and kind of flip through it. I feel like the rhythm, like, you know, are there too many large shots, or maybe there are a lot of large shots on purpose? Is there a nice kind of rhythm to it? So it's almost like a song that you're kind of building, and kind of beginning, middle, end, and you kind of want to end with a certain kind of size panel, depending on the scene, right? If it's a big cliffhanger, or if it's a thoughtful panel, will dictate the size of it. So,
Everybody listen to what I'm saying. I have in my possession a gigantic AT&T phone. It's huge, and it's not in your pocket like you thought it was. Everybody stop if you own an AT&T phone and figure out if I have your AT&T phone. If you are missing your AT&T phone, I probably have it. Please head upstairs to the second level to the ticketing area and tell us what your phone looks like to receive your phone once again. I will be making long distance phone calls in 30 minutes. Thank you.
Last two questions, guys. Quick questions. I'm gonna go here.
How has your role changed now as co-publisher as opposed to artist, and will you still keep drawing for the foreseeable future?
It's changed quite a bit, but I'll tell you that there are times when I thought about, well, what if I just didn't do the office thing, if I just did art, or vice versa, and I think I'd just be ultimately kind of bored. One of the reasons why I kind of did both, I don't know who asked the question. One of the reasons I did both is because they both engage different parts of your brain, and they both require creativity, but in different ways. And so, you know, as co-publisher, you're managing the overall line and the creative direction of all the books and trying to get the best creators on there, and that requires you to really not think about your work and your own personal taste per se. You're doing what's best for the characters, or what's best for the line, or what works best with the creators on that character. And then when you do your own work, it's much more of a selfish thing in that you're just focusing on what works best for the project you're working on, and not even mindful of the other books per se. So it's nice that you have that kind of mix and that balance, because ultimately it keeps you from kind of getting bored or too kind of ground down by some of the, you know, the day-to-day kind of elements of either job that can be kind of stressful. You know, it's nice to basically sit down and think about the business of comics, and then go home and draw a comic book, because it's just very different kind of experiences. But they're both equally engaging to me and of interest to me. So I count myself very fortunate that I can be involved in both.
Last question. Raise your hand up high. This is the last one. We're gonna go over here.
Whenever you hit an art block, if you've ever hit an art block before, what inspires you to break out of it?
What's the question? Sorry.
If you've ever hit an art block before, what do you do, or what inspires you to break out of that?
Art block? Artist block? Is that what you're just asking? Yeah. Oh, I've got 9 kids, and so not a lot of time to draw, and a lot of bills to pay. So there's no time for artist block. There really isn't. There are definitely times when I haven't drawn for a while, where it's rusty, and I sometimes feel like if I haven't drawn for like 3 days, I feel like I've lost. Maybe I've forgotten the ability to draw. But you just do it. I just even if I don't like something. In fact, there are pages where I've just drawn it, going like, this is not good, but I'm just going to continue. And then when I finish it, I go, okay, I now know what I want to do. And I basically put that page aside and draw the one I should have drawn from the beginning. And a lot of times, hopefully, I know that before I complete the whole page. So it's very rare that I complete the whole page. But just really this week, I drew a page from issue 9 of Superman Unchained, finished it, scanned it, sent it to everyone, and then I said like 2 days later, I'm not happy with that page. And I knew it was a struggle as I was drawing it, but I wanted to get something done. You know, I finished it very late at night. And then I just went back and drew something completely different. But it's kind of like you learn from your mistakes and you learn from the doing. So not doing anything doesn't help me. So I just feel like put something down, and then whatever is blocking your ability to move forward, at least you can see what's not working and go, well, maybe I need to change the angle, or maybe I need to change the composition. And at least when you're drawing something, even if it's not your best, you feel like you're productive. The worst thing is to sit down and not draw anything for 3 or 4 hours. I would rather have half the panel done in 3 or 4 hours than nothing. And so a lot of it is just persistence, and also the acknowledgement that there's no way you're going to draw something perfect each and every time. So you got to do what's best for the moment in the story that you're in, and just kind of push yourself forward. And but I've redrawn a lot of things. But I'd rather do that than not have anything on the board. Okay, so we're done. I think that's it. So I'm gonna, all right, so I'm gonna figure out some way to give these away. I usually ask people for things that they might be carrying. So does anyone have a Houston Astros baseball ticket? Did anyone go see a game they had in their pocket? I need to see it. So whoever can bring one forward, put this. It has to be a game if they won. I know that's very rare. So, oh, sorry.
Boo!
Sorry. I love the Astros. Is that a ticket? Have you used it yet? Can I borrow it? No. It's for today's game? Nice. All right.
I'd buy him a ticket. It's like
All right,
less than
look at
$10.
you. All right. Okay. So, you want the Batman or Harley Quinn? Sure. So, who should I make it out to? For what? Q-U-I? Y, sorry. There you go, sir. Go ahead. Okay, so for the Harley Quinn, anyone have a Q-tip? Does anyone have a Q-tip? Have a weird ear fetish they need to?
That's a
Anyone have
woman's
Q-tip?
thing right there. First.
Q-tip.
Say some girl in her purse.
I'll take a stick with a little bit of cotton out there. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry, sir. I think he beat you here. Sorry. You guys should introduce yourselves to each other. You're both very clean people. All All right, wow, whoa, I'm not gonna touch that one. That's all right. Okay, all right, who do I get it out to? For Robert? Were you hesitating because you were thinking about giving it to your wife or girlfriend? No hesitation. All right, Robert.
MacGyver would win all the covers.
I know, right? The guy who would own this whole place.
All right, well, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for listening to Ramble, and good being here.
Thank you very much.